Hello, I hope this helps here. It's kind of tough to duplicate what you're trying to do, but here's what I have. And I think you can probably figure out how to do it, how to modify this on your own. So what I did was I have a SQL server to Mirth ORUs. I'm connected to my SQL server, but I have that simple query. In my destination, I added a new step called step 5. In step 5, here's where the additional ORC, OBR, and OBX segments are created, okay? So you're actually not going to use the MSG object. I was wrong about that. I forgot that your MSG object, yeah, it's right here, is full of your data, the database data. And your template is what's going to be going outbound. So whatever's in this template is going to be what goes down to your downstream system. So right now you notice that I have an ORC, one OBR, and one OBX. So what this code does is it checks to see if there's an OBR, checks to see if there, this doesn't even do anything. Take this out of here. I was trying to do something with this, but I can ignore that. Because you're building this HL7, as you get your data, you're building the HL7. So really what I would do is you could even get rid of the ORC and the OBR, right? And this code will build an ORC, an OBR, and OBX grouping. And it'll do that as many times as what's in this counter loop, okay? So what that means is in your query, you have to know how many OBRs and OBX groups you want to build. And I'm not sure how you do that, but let's say that you know your query returns, I don't know, 4 orders, and then I don't know, 3, 4 observations. You have to determine that. But as soon as you know how many groups you want to build, you put that number in here, right? Right now I hard-coded 7. So this is how many times we're going to create an ORC, an OBR, and an OBX grouping. 7 times, okay? In this template. So let me show you how that's done. And I can also show you that we're also populating ORC2 with a database value, patient last name. Of course, I don't have the right data. All I have is this. So ORC2 is being populated with database value. You can, also, what you can do is, I'm sure you figured this out. In your XML, you can drag and drop, put it here. Just put the last name there, right? So you can do that. You can put it right here. Right? So that's how you do it. Populate your values, your segments with your data values. But right now, you would have to finish that because I don't know where your data is coming from. So right now, I'm only populating ORC 1 and 2, and then OBR 1 and 2, and then OBX 1 and 2. You have to continue doing this on your own. And you have to say, now let's go to 3. Let's do 3, 1, or whatever, You have to populate that with your database value. Drag and drop it from here. Yeah, we can leave that there. Same thing. So, but let's go ahead and run this. So you can see what's happened, how that template gets populated. Okay, so you can see I just ran that and it wasn't this one, it was this one. I'm going to go to my destination. This is my database values. I go to encoded and this is what we just did. Yep. So my template only had this, but my code created 7 groupings. It created an ORC with an OBR OBX1, ORC OBR2, OBX2, ORC OBX3, all the way down, all the way 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm assuming you need an ORC for every OBR and OBX, but if you don't, all you have to do is just comment out the code. If you don't need an ORC for every OBR OBX grouping, then what I would do is, right, so you would only populate this once. I don't even need that there. Come up here. Right, and you do that because you only need one. If you only need one, you can do this. And I'll show you how it looks. See, only need one, then you still have your OBR, and you still have your groupings. OBR, OBX, OBR, OBX, OBR, OBX, all the way to 7. But most HL7s have the ORC in there, so I kind of hesitate to do that, so I'm going to put that back in there for you. This is all I did. Instead of 0, you put num, because it's a building on the fly. So I hope this helps. Again, grab your data from your database right here. Populate your template. Populate your template by going through, right? Go through this code and then loop through your counter, which would be right here. This is very important. You need this number. That might be the trickiest part for you, is figuring out how to do this number, but you'll figure it out. So you need this number, and then you need this, and run it. So I would run this as is. I would copy this. Actually, I can just export this for you. Export transformer. Create OBR OBX on the fly Mirth 370. This should be good. So I'm going to send this to you. I want you to import this into your destination and then import the transformer I'm sending you. You get this message. Want to append? You say no. And then you get the import there. Then run this with your, change this though, change the database values here. Change that to something in your template, in your query, your database. Change that to something in your database. Anything with MSG down here will come from this XML. So change that, and the way you do it is go to message trees and just click the green circle and drag and drop to wherever you need it. So OBR3 can be first name. Give that a shot and let me know how it goes. Run this code as is and populate it with some of your database values as is. And then once you see that, then you'll have to figure out how to get this number. That may be the toughest part. Anyway, let me know.